What's going on, guys? It's iGAMER Mike bringing you the Limitable Magicka Nightblade build. I've been asked about this build a couple times because it's really annoying and it's been told it's hard to kill me and it's very easy to get away. The reason I call it the Limitable is because you basically have no limits on your Magicka supply and you have a very good Magicka pool for PvP. Roughly 41 to 42,000, and that's with purple gear, so and just purple glyphs. So you can get it up to about 44, 45,000. Also, I'm using the Thief boon. If you would use the Magicka boon, you could get it up to almost 50k, roughly 48, 49,000 with purple glyphs, and then probably 50, 51,000 with gold glyphs. But anyways, let's take a look at champion points first. I have 39 in Hardy, 35 in Elemental Defender for the reduced damage cost, 48 in Resistance for the extra crit reduction because I don't have any in pin. I just throw the 1 in the damage over time, and then I have 35 to boost the physical resistance, and 19 in quick recovery. I messed up here. This, I don't know why. Oh wait, actually never mind. Take that back. This is in the right place. 38 in Magician for reduced cost, and then 100 into Magicka Recovery for that Magicka Recovery boost because we're going to be using the Lich and some other recovery pieces. Tumbling, I do like to have a little bit extra into Breakout and your ability to roll dodge and not use all your stamina. 100 in Elemental Expert, 54 in Dispel Erosion, and Staff Expert 23. And nothing in this tree. Let's take a look at the skills real quick before we get into the gear. Dark Cloak, this is big because it's going to reduce your damage by 8%. Whenever you come in and out of Cloak. Lotus Fan, this is going to be your gap closer and a speed reduce. And Concealed Weapon, this is going to be really big for kiting and getting away from large groups, or if you get low on health in a 1v1 or 1v2. It's going to help you gain your movement speed, your 25% while you're stealth or invisible. So you want to have this on your front bar with your Dark Cloak. Sap Essence, you could put this on your back bar as an AoE and your buff. But the thing is, I like to have it on my Maelstrom staff bar because you get that extra damage that you don't get on your Resto staff. And then Merciless Resolve, this is a must. It increases your movement speed and it's 8% buff. And you get the Spectral Bow that hits pretty hard still in PvP. And then your ultimate on your front bar, Soul Harvest, this is literally just to gain ultimate faster every time you gain a kill. So you're never actually going to use that. Your ultimate is going to be Ice Comet, which I keep that on my back bar. Because most of your kills are going to come from being on your front bar. So you want that Soul Harvest on your front bar. Mirage, this is also huge. It's a dodge chance and it gives you the physical and spell resistance, which is really comes into hand whenever you're wearing light armor because you're a tad bit squishy anyways and you don't have a lot of resistance and a lot of health. Shadowy Image, this is really underestimated. This is very big because you can put this down and he does damage, and on top of that, whenever you get in a bind and you're up close fighting, up close and personal, maybe fighting a DK with Concealed Weapon, and you're getting low on health, you can actually teleport to the Shadowy Image, cloak, put on a Healing Ward, cloak again, and stay cloaked until your Healing Ward expires, and you will be back at full health again, and you can just teleport strike back in, or Lotus Fan back into the enemy that you're fighting and continue on, and it's a very good way to stay alive. Healing Ward, this is what I just talked about with getting your health back. You just keep that up. You don't want to spam it. You just hit it one time and stay stealth until it expires. So you gotta stay stealth for 6 seconds, and your health will pretty much be full almost every time. Crippling Grass, this is going to be another movement speed buff, plus it is a really good DOT, and it makes the target move a lot slower. Prolonged Suffering, this is going to be your CC. I don't use Mass Hysteria. I like Prolonged Suffering because it does damage. and it's a stun. That's pretty much it for the abilities. One thing that I would recommend doing that I do not have right now is in the Mages Guild. If you get the other morph of Inner Light, Radiant Mage Light, what it does is if you put it on your front board, you keep it on your front board, or you keep it on both boards. I just put it on my front board sometimes, but what it does is when you have that up on your bar, you take 50% less damage from stealth attacks. So like I say at Nightblade that ambushes you and then tries to end cap you, you're going to take a lot less damage from that from the teleport strikes. Or if you just get end capped from stealth, you're going to take 50% less damage on the end cap, and that is huge right now in PvP. So one thing you can do is you can put Sap Essence where Shadowy Image is, and then you can put the other morph of Mage Light, Radiant Mage Light. You can put that here where your Sap Essence is. And that's one thing. That's the one thing I would get rid of if you're going to get rid of anything, is the Shadowy Image, and put Sap Essence on your backboard. That's where I'd put the Inner Light, is right here. So you can do a little bit of swapping if you like, and go ahead, feel free, you know, switch your skills around to where you're comfortable with them. But that's pretty much it for the skills. That's the only other recommendation I have, is making that switch if you don't like using the Shadowy Image, or you're not really used to that. So let's take a look at the gear. I already mentioned Lich. So the Dolores staff, that's my Resto staff on the back bar, with the reduced target enchant. That's really big for when you're fighting other Magic Nightblades or Sorks, or Templars, anything along those lines that are magic based. The 5-piece bonus, you get the extra 1,000 Magicka recovery for 20 seconds whenever you drop below 33% Magicka, and that's why I put 100% or 100 points into Magicka recovery, because it gives you that 25% boost on there. So that's huge. The Maelstrom Inferno staff, if you don't have this, I recommend a Sharpened Fire staff with a fire enchant or a spell damage enchant. The rest of the pieces, the 5-piece set here is the Lich, and my fill-in for my other pieces are Shadow Dancer, and I like Shadow Dancer because it gives you the extra max Magicka, just to really increase that Magicka pool, increase your overall damage. And then my 3-piece jewelry, I just use the classic willpower that everybody runs. Haven't really found out anything else that goes good with this build so far, so I just stick with willpower. Gets you the extra spell damage and the extra Magicka. That's basically it, guys. I run spell power pots just for, just in case I somehow do get low on Magicka, or, whatever, get that extra recovery. Any questions, just drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and stay tuned for some gameplay of this build. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.